We're just back from the newly refurbished Liberty of the Seas, and this was our view from our aft-facing stateroom. This very unusual sleeping arrangements. In this video, I'm going to take you on a full tour of an aft-facing balcony. We're going to take a quick look next door at the amazing suite and show you 3 other options of staterooms on Liberty of the Seas. I'm Tom from Cruising with the 4Bs. Let's head to our cabin, which was aft-facing and 6412. Aft-facing balcony on deck 6. We originally booked an interior cabin but placed a royal up bid of $125 per person and won the upgrade. Just remember, royal up bids are always based on 2 guests regardless of how many people are staying in the cabin. As mentioned, this ship had just come out of a 6-week refit with lots of changes around the ship. We've got plenty of videos covering these, but when it comes to the cabins, the updates are mostly cosmetic, such as carpets and furniture where needed. One thing I was hoping for was more plug sockets. Let's find out in a bit if Royal Caribbean finally sorted that. These aft-facing balcony cabins are a little larger than the standard balcony cabins along the sides of the ship. They measure around 207 square feet inside and have a larger balcony, and there are just 16 of them located on deck 6 to 10. As you walk in, you'll be greeted by a large wardrobe. Inside you'll find a safe perfect for phones, wallets and jewellery, although this is not quite big enough for most laptops. There's plenty of shelving and hanging space, including a lower rail for shorter items of clothing. Opposite is a full-length mirror. Now onto the bathroom. It's a decent size, although it's starting to show its age. The good news is you do get a proper shower door rather than that clingy old shower curtain. Royal Caribbean supplies the Salt and Breeze shower gel and soap. Back into the main cabin, you'll find a small sofa which converts into a bed, meaning this cabin can sleep up to 4 guests. Opposite is the desk area. If sailing from the UK, you'll normally receive a kettle in your cabin, although our cabin steward didn't have any tea bags or milk, only Earl Grey. No thanks. On sailings from the US, such as Galveston, you usually need to ask your stateroom attendant if you would like a kettle. There's plenty of drawer space underneath, as you can see. Now, important, let's talk sockets. This connection here is for the cabin telephone, although ours wasn't fitted. There is also the cabin announcement switch. I assumed it no longer worked because it looked rather old. But as soon as I discovered it definitely did when in the morning the announcement blasted out at 8 AM. In terms of power, you get 1 European socket and 2 US sockets, all located here at the desk. Unfortunately, no extra USB sockets or bedside charging points were added during the refit. What do you think about this? Is it enough? You'll also find the hairdryer here, along with a good sized mini fridge. Now onto one of the more unusual features of this cabin, the sleeping arrangements. Down below is the Royal King bed, while above is a fixed single bunk. There was plenty of debate in our family over who would sleep up there. It does have a maximum weight limit, and technically I was under it, but the kids weren't too keen on me testing it out in case it came crashing down in the middle of the night. No plug sockets nearby the side of the bed. The TV offered surprisingly good selection of channels, including BBC, Red Bull, Royal Caribbean's own information channels and selling channels. The exact lineup may vary if you're sailing from the United States, but this is the general list if you're sailing from Europe and Southampton. As always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. It lets more people see this video. Press the hype button. What does it do? We don't know. And if you love cruise content, then hit the subscribe. From all of the 4Bs, it's a massive thank you. The balcony. It's a fantastic size with 2 comfortable chairs and a table. Look, it takes an age to get to the end of it. You'll also get this slightly unusual extra space. I was surprised Royal Caribbean didn't squeeze in another cabin in there. Only joking. The views from the wake are absolutely superb and easily one of my favourite places to relax, even with this kind of no man's land. Next door to us was something very special. Cabin 6414, Liberty of the Sea's incredible 4-bedroom villa suite. It sleeps up to 14 guests, has 1,209 square feet of interior space, an enormous, 805 square foot balcony, its own private hot tub, 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and over 2,000 square feet of total living space. An amazing place for large groups. Finally, let's compare the main cabin types available. I did have a sneaky picture in them all. An interior cabin measures around 162 square feet and can sleep up to 4 guests. An ocean view cabin offers around 180 square feet and is very similar, but with the bonus of a window and natural light coming in. A standard cabin measures around 184 square feet inside with a balcony of up to 55 square feet, complete with 2 chairs and a table. What do you think of this stateroom? Have you any questions? Let us know in the comments below and tap on the screen right now if you'd like a full ship tour of a newly refurbished Liberty of the Seas. Happy cruising!